The Stamps tackle the Esks. Brought to you by CBC Calgary.
Wednesday, October 21st. Tonight on The National, Elijah Harper calls for a referendum boycott. Toronto cops defy an order from their chief. And on The Journal, a community divided. Among Native Canadians, a bitter dispute over the Accord and what it means for their future. The National with Peter Mansbridge.
Good evening. He's stopped the Meech Lake Accord cold. Now he's delivered his verdict on the Charlottetown Agreement. Elijah Harper, the Ojibwa Cree Indian who's a member of Manitoba's legislature. He's not telling natives to vote yes. He's not telling natives to vote no. He's telling natives not to vote at all. Sasha Petrusik reports there may be plenty of people ready to listen to Harper's advice.
In Native communities, like the one he chose for his announcement today, he is as popular, as influential as the day he blocked the Meech Lake Accord. Back then, Elijah Harper didn't allow a vote in the Manitoba legislature. This time, he's urging Native people not to rush to vote on the Charlottetown Agreement. He wants a boycott.
We have been patient for 125 years. We are now only given a few days to decide on our rights.
Harper told a crowd of chiefs and band members some things in this agreement are good, but too many are ambiguous.
When people selling this accord said to us, "We know there are risks in this accord for you, and many things are unclear and must be worked out, but trust us. We can no longer accept it."
Harper's not voting, but
if I were to vote now, I would vote no.
And Harper's not alone. So far, about a dozen Manitoba Indian bands, including this one, have urged their members not to vote. They've even banned federal polling stations from the reserves. And for those members who insist on voting off reserve, they tell them to vote no.
That there can be a better deal.
In Winnipeg today, chiefs from across the country gathered for an emergency meeting on the Constitution. Many echoed Harper's call for more time, and some argued they wouldn't need the Charlottetown Agreement if their original treaties guaranteeing self-government were respected.
I said, we don't vote in your Constitution because we have ours already. And it's you people that got to fix up this country. We didn't screw it up, you did.
Back on the Fort Alexander Reserve, all of this has left people like Joe Briere confused.
Sure, everybody's talking about it, and nobody seems to know, especially in the reserve, if it's good for us, or I don't know.
For Canadians who live off reserves, who are not Aboriginal, Monday's results will be judged by how many vote yes, how many vote no. Here, the results may also be judged by how many choose Elijah Harper's option to reject the process altogether. Sasha Petrusik, CBC News on the Fort Alexander Reserve.
Prime Minister Mulroney pounded Quebec's sovereignists again today. He says they want to use a no vote on Monday to help move the province toward independence. And he says they aren't hiding their intentions. The no side in Quebec says the accusation is a sign that Mulroney is a desperate man on the brink of defeat. More from our chief political correspondent, Joe Schlesinger.
Brian Mulroney came to his hometown looking for a way to give the Yes camp a shot in the arm. This afternoon, he told a group of campaign workers that he had found it. In Jacques Parizeau's statement last night, that after no victory, he would work to achieve Quebec sovereignty quickly.
He said last night very, very clearly that a no will be interpreted directly by him as a yes for the separation of Quebec from Canada. And I can tell you right now, in my hometown, in English or French, that the province of Quebec will not vote for the separation from Canada. The people in the province of Quebec, English-speaking and French-speaking, want to retain the dignity of a strong, dynamic, modern Quebec within a united and prosperous and powerful Canada.
Yes, that's what we want. For Mulroney, Parizeau's latest statement runs against the original Parti Québécois stand on the referendum that it's safe for non-sovereignist Quebecers to vote no because the referendum is only about the Charlottetown Accord and not a vote for sovereignty. Parizeau's reaction tonight?
And suddenly,
the Prime Minister of that country says, I just realized that Parizeau is a sovereignist. My God. God help Canada.
La manœuvre de l'ultime désespoir, hein?
Bloc Québécois leader Lucien Bouchard called Mulroney's argument a maneuver of ultimate desperation. He said he and Parizeau had never hidden that they were sovereignists and would continue to work for sovereignty after the referendum. But the Prime Minister hopes that the apparent inconsistency in the party